Hi everyone! Sunday I made some marinated tofu and it got me thinking about first of all, how much I love marinated tofu, but second of all of the ways that I could use marinated tofu. And today's recipe is specifically about how I can use marinated tofu. So I decided to try to make marinated tofu Bahn Mi sandwich. It's the simplest sandwich there is. It's really just whatever your protein is, marinated in a hoisin and soy glaze. And then you're gonna stack it on a French baguette with mayonnaise, cilantro, pickled vegetables. Specifically, most places use carrots and daikon. I'm gonna use carrots and radish, which is what I already have in my refrigerator waiting to go. And did I say cilantro? And then I'm gonna put a little bit of butter lettuce on mine as well. I'm really excited about this one. I'm pretty sure it's gonna work, but let's find out. Let's get started. I am going to start with a block of extra firm tofu, and I'm gonna drain the water out of it. We are gonna take our block of tofu. I've got a cookie sheet set up here with a towel. I'm gonna dump this block of tofu onto the towel. Then I'm going to place another towel on top of it. And then I'm going to place a weight on top of that. Now I've got my complete works of Shakespeare book. So we're gonna let that sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. Now we're going to make our marinade. So it starts with 8 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're gonna do 4 tablespoons of hoisin, 4 tablespoons of lime juice, 4 tablespoons of sugar, fresh clove of garlic, put a little bit of ground ginger, and 4 teaspoons of onion powder. We have let our tofu drain for about 30 minutes. Now we're just gonna cut it into slabs and stick it in our Tupperware here. We have our marinade here. We're gonna pour that over. I have to tell you, this marinade smells amazing. Now this tofu with the marinade is going into the refrigerator for about an hour. The longer the better, because tofu just soaks up marinade, so the longer you can marinate it, the better. Okay, our tofu has been marinating. I left it in for an hour and a half, just because I like to give it a little extra time. So we're gonna take our little tofu slices and we're gonna take our cookie sheet with the aluminum foil on it. We're just gonna lay these out. We're gonna keep this marinade and we're gonna cook it down to give it make it into a nice thick sauce. This marinated tofu is going into a 400-degree oven for 20 minutes. Then we'll flip all the pieces over. We'll glaze it with some of the sauce, and then we'll stick it back into the 400-degree oven for 20 more minutes. So the last thing we're gonna prep before we are ready to assemble is the bread. And we're gonna put these on a cookie sheet. And just in the last 10 minutes of baking of the tofu, I'm just gonna stick these into the bottom shelf and let them crisp up a little bit. We're gonna take the tofu out of the oven because it's been 20 minutes, and then we're gonna flip each piece over, and then we're gonna drizzle some of the sauce, the marinade sauce on it, stick it back in the oven for 20 minutes. So I've got my marinade in this little pot. I'm just gonna let it simmer for, well, probably the length of time that the tofu is in the oven still, because I just want to cook off some of the water from that, and make it a nice thick syrupy sauce. Let's assemble and taste our banh mi. So we're gonna start with our toasted little baguette bread here. We're gonna put mayo down, a little drizzle of this marinade, maybe more than a little sprinkle. We're gonna take a couple of pieces of our tofu. I think I'll put 3 pieces on there. I've got a bunch of cilantro here. I'm gonna add butter lettuce to mine just because I want it. I made these quick pickles last week, so we're just gonna throw some of these quick pickles on there. This is carrot and radish. Oh, it looks beautiful. Look at that. Look at that pretty marinated tofu banh mi. Let's give it a try. Oh my God. That is incredible. Oh, it's so good. You have to try this. It's so good. Have a good night, everybody.